Hello, and as a follow-up to discussing the database video, we're going to talk about SQL. SQL, it stands for Structured Query Language. It's the language that allows us to access and manipulate databases. SQL became a standard of the American National Standard Institution, the ANSI, in 1987, and it became also uh, recognized by the IOS, which is the International Organization for Standardization, in 1987. So what we can do with SQL? We can execute queries against databases. We could retrieve data from a database. SQL is allowing us to insert the records in the database. That allow us to update the records in the database, allow us to delete and delete and records and create new databases. It allows us to create new tables in the database, can create a sorted procedure in a database, makes things a lot quicker and easier with procedures. And it allows us to actually create views, which is a query, which is by definition is a question that we have to come up with certain criteria, creating a views that allow us to create table from these views. And finally, it will allow us to set the permissions on the tables, the procedure in the views, and who is going to be able to access them and who is not going to be able. Let's go ahead and run a query very quickly here. And I wanted to go ahead and try it in front of you to show you a simple example of a query. For example, I want to retrieve the data from a table called customers. So it's going to be using the SQL command select. Asterisk is everything from the table customers. I don't say from table customers, from the name of the table customers, and you click, and here we go. We see all these records here. We obtain 91 records that has the attributes, customer IDs, customer name, customer contact name, address, city, postal code, and country. Of course, you could get to do a lot more than this. For example, I could go ahead and say insert into customers values. Now I'm going to go ahead and say 92 for the customer ID contact. Let's say here Richard, okay, Johnson's, and contact name is say the same Brandon. And we have to say here the address is 123 Main or Court Street. And city is Seguin. And postal code is let's go ahead and say 78155. In the country, of course, USA. And here we go. We're going to go ahead and add the record inside the customers table. And I'm going to run it here. If I go back and display the table one more time, select everything from customers, of course, and I could go ahead and run this and notice at the bottom it's going to be added Richard Johnson, San Brandon, 123 Court Street, and so forth. I could, of course, go ahead and say select only those ones, select everything from customer where city is equal to Seguin, and as a result, I'll be able to get only those people who live in Seguin. Obviously, we only have one record, which is the last one we added. This is a quick way. I'm not asking you to know SQL by heart. This is just to expose you to SQL so you see it in practice more than anything else and in order to visualize it. So when somebody talk about it, SQL, you'll be able to see it in your mind more than anything else. But it's a wonderful thing to learn in practical or for practical use in the real world if you're going to go in business or information system degree, of course, computer science as well. You take care, and I'll see you in the next video.